Congratulations, you won Social Security disability. Now you have financial assistance, you have medical care, either Medicare or Medicaid. You did well. Remember how naysayers told you before you started all this process that nobody could win Social Security disability, and that if people apply for Social Security disability, they're going to be investigated for fraud? All of that was BS, and I told you so. However, I caution you not to trade, sell, swap, or give your medications to others. You could be prosecuted, and that's for real. Remember how I mentioned before you were granted disability that you probably had less friends? I began the videos, you suffer a severe disabling condition, you have no job, little income if any, and probably less friends, not much more. Well, now you find out who are true friends when times are tough, and you find out who are not friends when they're not. Now that you won disability benefits, you have Medicare or Medicaid, you have prescriptions for pain medications, which you need. Don't be surprised if you have more friends, closer friends, who also need prescription meds like Norco and Alprazolam and others. Maybe they need the same medications that you have. Wouldn't that be a coincidence? Maybe they need it for themselves. Maybe they need it for their loved ones. Listen carefully. No matter how pitiful your friend's conditions may be, don't trade your pills. Don't sell your pills. Don't give your pills away. Don't swap your pills. Don't transport pills to suffering friends. You could wind up in prison, maybe for decades. Let me give you an example for consideration. And I have two cases linked below this video's description. A disabled veteran is charged with trafficking in 28 grams of hydrocodone. The trafficking charge has a mandatory 20-year prison sentence. Yeah, that happens. That's real. His Norco tablets were prescribed for treatment of severe post-traumatic trauma disorder from combat service overseas. Just days before Christmas, the disabled veteran sold a whole bottle of the pills to a friend in need. The teary-eyed friend pleaded with him that she needed the pills. She said her husband stole her pills and she was hurting real bad and getting worse. Could he help her this one time, please? He gave his friend a whole bottle of Norco, 100 tablets. She paid him $250, although he had not asked for it. She told him that Christmas was coming soon. She thanked him and asked him to use the money to give his kids a nice Christmas. He accepted the cash. Unknown to him, the suffering friend had already been arrested for drug trafficking. Narcs offered her a break if she helped them arrest another seller. The whole transaction with the disabled vet was recorded. The disabled veteran's friend traded him for a plea deal. Be aware of such friends. Everything went to heck. The disabled veteran was charged with trafficking 28 grams of hydrocodone, an opium derivative. He was shocked. Firstly, he was suckered into selling the pills to his crying friend. He also did the math. None of the 100 Norco tablets that he gave her contained hydrocodone. They instead contained hydroquinone. It's a related but different drug. It's cheaper, it's less potent than hydrocodone, but they're both opium derivatives. Keep that in mind. Pharmaceutical companies substituted hydroquinone for hydrocodone, which is more expensive, and they did so without changing their labels. Drug tests revealed the substance in the tables to be hydroquinone rather than hydrocodone. I know they sound a lot alike, but they are different. They're different substances, though related. At trial, the disabled veteran's attorney argued that charges should be dismissed because there was no hydrocodone in the tablets. His motion was denied because both hydrocodone and hydroquinone are opium derivatives, a term used in the prosecution's indictment. The veteran's attorney didn't give up, thank heavens. He did the math. 100 Norco tablets altogether do not contain 28 grams of an opium derivative, whether it's hydrocodone or hydrocodone. The sum of all 100 tablets was not 28 grams of opium derivatives. The sum of opium derivatives in all 100 tablets. The whole sum of all the opium derivatives in that 100 tablets he sold was only 1/2 gram. And he's charged with trafficking 28 grams of an opium derivative. What do you think about that? The attorney argued that each Norco tablet contained 325 milligrams of Tylenol filler. So these tablets, when you open them up, you see that little powder in there? They're not giving you a pill of hydrocodone. And the rest is all filler, is Tylenol. And that's common in medications. When you open up your tablets, you see the white stuff, more likely it's Tylenol, acetaminophen. The attorney argued the charges should be dismissed because the 100-pill bottle sold to the disabled veteran's friend did not contain 28 grams of an opium derivative. It contained a total of 1/2 gram. What do you think about that? Convinced? The court disagreed. He did the math. There's only 1/2 gram of opium derivatives in that whole 100-pill bottle, and he's still charged with trafficking 28 grams. And the court disagreed that it should be dismissed. For purposes of trafficking charges, the courts used the aggregate weight of the compound, tablet in this case. So all 29.25 grams of the tablets were weighed as 29.25 grams of opium derivatives. That's over 28 grams. That's enough to charge him with trafficking. The veteran's motion to dismiss was denied. The disabled veteran was found guilty and sentenced to a minimum prison term of 225 months and a maximum term of 279 months. Linked below the description of this video are two cases which I mentioned. One is very similar, as the example in this video, State versus Leroy Ellison. The other is the United States Supreme Court decision which created all this aggregate weighing, Chapman versus United States, 1991 case. You can review these cases yourself, because you may not believe what I just told you. It's rather unbelievable. You have a 1/2 gram and you get convicted of trafficking 28 grams? The states first created these draconian laws. Federal government followed suit, and before you know it, all the states are following them. So beware. Your state could be one of them, likely is one of them. Don't use your medications for friendship currency. Keep your pills where your children, your friends, and visitors can't get to them. Keep them put up where only you, maybe your wife, someone very close can access them. Don't give anyone your medications. Don't trade your pills. Don't sell your pills. Don't risk criminal prosecution. You won Social Security disability. Don't let anyone take it away from you. If you believe this video may help other disabled people, please share, like, and subscribe. Thank you for watching the Disability Granted channel, and good luck.